We are standing on location in front of the house in Rancho Santa Fe, San Diego, where on March 26th, 1997, 39 dead bodies were pulled out of this property in one of the most infamous events, notorious events in modern American history, the Heaven's Gate cult mass suicide. We're on location. It happened right up this road behind those gates. We don't want to get too close to the gates because there's a security camera there, and we're actually standing on the road in between 3 or 4 really wealthy gated off mansion properties. Maybe camera person, you just want to do like a swoop of the area here, give people a sense of the wealth and affluence in this neighborhood. It's very nice. It's very quaint. For such a dark event to have occurred. Johnny, you were tingling on the way up here. You were so excited to pull up.
I got a bunch of info just in general about this house. Apparently, all these neighbors, after the event, pooled their money in and bought the property to just tear it down. So the actual house is not the same, but the location is the same. The address has changed multiple times. And also I learned, hold on, let me pull my notes out here. I think in 2017, this place sold for $4 million. So I think they built a new mansion. Apparently it's huge.
Camera person, I'm going to take the camera from you.
Yeah.
Because from my angle, you can actually see a little bit. I don't want to see too much, but you could just see it. Part of the roof of the house poking out up there. That's the property up there. That's the fence line here leading up to this gate.
Oh, excuse me, $2 million in 2017, according to Zillow, is how much this sold for. Yeah, I don't know.
What's ironic about Heaven's Gate as a cult ending up here in this mansion is that they didn't even own this mansion.
No, they rented it. It's also starting to rain right now. We had the best weather for this. It's so gloomy and sad.
They rented this mansion after living the homeless lifestyle as a band of roaming vagabonds touring the country, living in like tents and shanties, preaching in empty dirt fields, parks and church basements for years and years and years, kind of rejecting wealth and money. They were told to give up all earthly possessions and kind of live this life where everything was deprived from them. And yet they came to this giant mansion in a really like wealthy part of town to do their final act.
Yeah, I did some research. Apparently, it's not super well known, but it took about 3 days for them to kill themselves. I wish I could put that in a better way. But they had to do it in kind of groups of 15.
It is raining here. We're going to go back to the studio and talk more details about the cult, what they believed, what happened in the aftermath. But for a second, I just want to take in the fact that 39 people lost their life on this location. Supposedly when it happened back in 1997, the neighbors around here had no idea what was happening when one police officer came up to this house. Supposedly the police had received an anonymous tip from one member of Heaven's Gate who had left the cult, but was aware of what they were planning on doing. And he had come back to this property to sneak in through a back door that had been left open.
Yeah.
Because they knew that people would have to come and find them. They left the back door open. This guy came in, he found everybody. He reported it to the police as an anonymous tip. One police officer came out here thinking it was a joke. I saw an interview. He said, I was going up to the door getting ready to explain why I was here. Hey, somebody's pranking you. He walked in that same back door, discovered 39 bodies. They started pulling them out one by one. These neighbors had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
They thought a mass murder had occurred.
Holy shit. Could
you imagine 39 dead bodies get pulled out of your neighbor's house and you're thinking, is Jason Voorhees in the neighborhood? Is there a fucking serial killer here? How do all these people die?
Yeah. Shouldn't be laughing.
Well, I'm presenting it in a funny way. It's bizarre. Life is bizarre. To have this experience happen next to you. All these reports started coming out at the time because nobody knew what was going on. Bad information, crisscrossed information, a lot of wrong stories. It took a little while to sort it out. But it went on to become really infamous. What else are you going to say?
This is more of just me speaking frankly here. A lot of the places we visited, there's kind of like, I felt weird, but there was never any like concrete evidence or anything. There was kind of just,
like ghost stories, Bigfoot.
Exactly.
It's all
like
hearsay.
100% for like certain, like 39 people died here. So it's just, there's definitely this like eeriness. I also feel like we're like in a place we're not supposed to be. I don't know. This is like, I have this feeling in the pit of my stomach that's like kind of going over me. I feel insane right now.
Well, you say 39 people died here. According to them, they're still alive.
Yeah.
According to Heaven's Gate, death was never part of the plan. We're going to cover all that and more, and we're going to try to pay a visit to the San Diego Sheriff's Museum, where they have a recreation of the scene of the crime. They have a replica of the dead bodies as they were found. Nike shoes, purple shawl. We're going to try to head on down there, see if we can see that display, see what we can see. But this is the location of the house of the Heaven's Gate cult and their mass self-death event.
I'm literally at a loss for words. I don't know.
Let's keep it going. Let's move on to the next segment.
Welcome back. We said we were going to go to the San Diego Sheriff's Museum, but turns out they're closed.
Yeah, turns out they're renovating.
Renovating. They're not renovating anything. I looked over the fence.
Yeah.
There was nobody in there. I went across the street to the ice cream shop. The girl said that they hadn't been there in a whole year. What? They're not renovating anything.
I guess people aren't clamoring to go to the Sheriff's Museum.
I am.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to see that stuff.
I wanted to see they have a pair of the Nikes.